Mark Lawlor, pastor at the parish of St. Vincent de Paul in Charlotte. I have served in this parish for the last 12 years, and I've been a priest for the past 20 years. Those of us in ministry, and really for all the faithful, prayer is our communication with God, both speaking and listening, and really a source of enlightenment as well as for discernment. And so I begin the day in prayer. Check our messages. Good morning, Dora.
Good morning, Father. How are you?
He is busier than any CEO that I have ever. I worked for Wells Fargo in downtown San Francisco. He is busy.
In a typical month in this parish, I baptize approximately 10 persons, 2 to 3 weddings. Quinceañera, a traditional Latino mass renewal of baptismal promises on a girl's 15th birthday. We have more or less about 2,000 families connected with us in one way or another. And in faith formation, registration is usually 600 students or so. Get ready for the 12:10 Mass. Well, every Mass is a union of heaven and earth. In the final moments before the Mass, I'm reviewing his life and the lives of the saints, reviewing the readings, getting spiritually prepared to offer the Holy Sacrifice of the Mass. And we certainly see that in the life of St. John Marie Vianney. Sometimes it was as much as 16 hours a day in confessional. Well, after the midday Mass on Tuesday, a quick lunch, and then off to Brighton Gardens, first stop for our communion calls. Well, we're going to head over to Brighton Gardens, which is a retirement center, assisted living, and also has an Alzheimer's unit. Every Tuesday, the last 12 years, we have had a communion service at Brighton Gardens. Body of Christ. May the Lord hold you in love. Well, the pastoral care of the sick, the elderly, and those who are unable to attend the Mass is part of the heart of the core of the priestly ministry. We're going to go over to Golden Living, which is a nursing home and a rehab center. Most of the people there are on Medicaid, meaning they have very limited financial resources. I'm going to go back to St. Vincent de Paul, check my messages, pick up my alb, and get a couple things done before the Mass at St. Patrick's. This is the Divine Office, the Liturgy of the Hours, and this particular volume known as a breviary, which is essential for those in holy orders and for consecrated religious. I made a promise to pray the Liturgy of the Hours for the good of the Church at the time of my ordination as a deacon 20 years ago. It is a sacred duty to pray for the needs of the Church. In one particular part of the world, there's morning prayer, and then in another part of the world, midday prayer, vespers, or night prayer, that it's like a continuous chorus of praise to God.
May God grant his blessings to all priests who are serving in the Diocese of Charlotte.